Alright guys, welcome back, and Star Wars Celebration 2025 has come to an end, so let's run through all the announcements, reveals, and updates. I'm specifically going to focus on movies, TV, and games. I'm not going to get into toys and comics and all that, just simply, I'm not interested in that stuff. So if you guys want to know more about that, I'm sure there's other videos on it, so you can go check that out. So the first thing we got is Star Wars Beyond Victory. It is a new VR experience that is being developed at ILM for MetaQuest, and we got just a short little trailer. I personally don't have any interest in it, but I did want to mention it. Now let's move on to the movies. So the films that are still in the works, but we don't really have any updates on, is Dawn of the Jedi, directed by James Mangold, New Jedi Order, directed by Charmin Obaid-Chinoy and starring Daisy Ridley, Taika Waititi's untitled movie being written by Tony McNamara, who also wrote Poor Things and The Favorite. I don't know what The Favorite is, but Poor Things, I've seen the trailers for, and I've heard it's weird as hell, so I don't really know what to make of that. But hey, Poor Things was nominated for many Oscars, including Best Adapted Screenplay, so that's something. We also have Simon Kinberg's trilogy. He was a producer and writer on like a bunch of the X-Men and Deadpool movies, as well as Fant Four Stick and Star Wars Rebels. And he also directed Dark Phoenix, so make of that what you will. Seeing that resume doesn't exactly scream, hey, let's give this guy a whole trilogy, so I don't know. The first big reveal was Star Wars Starfighter. It will be released on May 28th of 2027. It is starring Ryan Gosling and directed by Sean Levy. It is a standalone adventure that takes place a few years after Rise of Skywalker, and they are filming this fall. So I think this movie has a lot of potential. I mean, I love Sean Levy as a director, Ryan Gosling is obviously awesome, and the fact that it is like a standalone adventure and isn't connected to anything else, I think will benefit it a lot. So this will be the next Star Wars movie that we get after The Mandalorian and Grogu coming out next year. And speaking of The Mandalorian and Grogu, I did a full breakdown of the leaked trailer that was only shown at Star Wars Celebration. So if you want to know like more of my in-depth thoughts and like you want to see what was shown in that trailer, go check out that video. But just some general information, we got a new logo, not a huge change, and the release date is May 22nd, 2026. Then we got a trailer for the new story pack being added to Star Wars Outlaws called A Pirate's Fortune, starring the one and only Hondo Ohnaka, and it will be available on May 15th.
I smell profit! Haha, nice!
As of recording this, I have still not played Star Wars Outlaws. I have the game just sitting on my shelf. I've just not had time to play it yet. But I love Hondo, so that's a plus. We also got the announcement of Young Jedi Adventures Season 3, which is like a kids animated show that's on Disney+. Obviously, I don't watch it, but it's Star Wars related, so just thought I'd mention that it is coming out this fall. And maybe my favorite thing that they announced at Star Wars Celebration was Maul Shadow Lord, a new animated series coming out in 2026, starring Darth Maul and taking place in between Clone Wars and Rebels. We'll see his rise in the criminal underworld, as well as training an apprentice, which is all but confirmed to be Darth Talon. And Sam Witwer, who voices Maul, teases that they used ideas from George Lucas's cancelled sequel trilogy, which would have featured Darth Maul and Darth Talon. There was also a leaked trailer for this that I also broke down in a separate video, so again, go check that out if you're interested. And then they had a panel on Andor Season 2, which is literally coming out tomorrow. Some general information that we already knew, but in case you didn't, we are getting 3 episodes every week. There are a total of 12 episodes, and each arc will take place over 1 year. So the season as a whole will take place over the course of 4 years, in like the direct lead up to Rogue One. And they did show an extended trailer that featured Admiral Raddus from Rogue One, so that's cool. And just everything we've seen and heard about this season is just spectacular. I have a feeling it's going to be even bigger and better than the first. And I think having the 3 episodes a week will make for a very different but also better viewing experience. Like, one of the biggest complaints that people had about season 1 is that it did feel really slow and did drag at times. I think it's most apparent in episodes 4 through 6, because we did get the first 3 episodes all in the same day, which was nice, but then like we would watch the beginning of an arc in episode 4 and then have to wait 2 more weeks to get the payoff, whereas here will have like the introduction, the middle, and the payoff all at once, which will be nice. It's like they're dropping a movie every week. We then had the announcement of LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past. So LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy is a like little mini series that they released last year, and it has a really cool concept. It's basically Star Wars What If and like alternate universes and stuff. Darth Jar Jar was in it. I was really interested and like really want to watch that. I just haven't yet, and this is just gonna basically be more of that, which I really like the concept. It's confirmed that Ashley Eckstein will voice Brickhead's Ahsoka, and Ben Schwartz will voice a character named Jackson. And all episodes will be released on September 19th. And then we got some updates on Ahsoka Season 2. It will be 8 episodes just like Season 1. It will release next year, 2026. And all episodes are written by Dave Filoni, so that's a good sign. And they plan to start filming very soon. Probably the biggest thing that they showed, which we already knew that it has been confirmed that Baylan Skoll will be featured in Season 2 and has been recast after the unfortunate passing of Ray Stevenson. And he will be played by Rory McCann. And just from these images, he looks great, and I mean, I'd hate to be him and have to follow up that amazing performance from Ray Stevenson in Season 1. But it is nice because Roy was actually a friend of Ray, and like he wants to continue that on for him, so that's really nice. And he's a very established actor, so I have no doubt that he'll do a good job. It was also confirmed that Admiral Akbar will return and go head-to-head with Thrawn. Yes, please.
It's a trap!
Also confirmed that Hayden Christensen will return as Anakin. That's great. Like I want scenes with like Anakin's Force Ghost. Like that would be so awesome. As well as more live action Clone Wars, because that was one of the best things like Dave Filoni's ever given us. Also confirmed that Zeb will appear, so we got the full Rebels cast back. I was really hoping he'd show up in Season 1, and now we're getting him in The Mandalorian and Grogu, and he will appear in Ahsoka Season 2. So we're getting a lot more live action Zeb, which, I mean, the model they have for him looks great, and the fact that Steve Blum is still voicing him, I mean, he's great. And they actually did show some like behind the scenes like early footage, so we have like a short little description of it. We hear narration that says the heroes will fight battles in 2 galaxies, obviously referring to the fact that Sabine and Ahsoka are still stranded on Peridea. But back in the main galaxy, we have Hera, Zeb, Chopper, Ezra. Thrawn is back, so like I feel like there's going to be more all-out war happening in the main galaxy, and Ahsoka and Sabine are just going to have to fight, well, like, because Baylan and Shin are also still in Peridea, so like they will clash there while like a full-on battle's happening in the main galaxy. The season will apparently culminate in a clash between Ahsoka and Baylan. And we do see a bunch of concept art, including shots of Dathomir, so that's cool. Like we'll actually get to spend time on Dathomir with like those Night Sisters, Ahsoka and Sabine fighting some mechanical monster looking things, a masked Night Sister, a clean-shaven Ezra putting on some kind of green suit, a shot of Hera, and we can see Chopper in there and possibly Ezra, but it's almost impossible to tell. And my favorite piece is Hu Yang wielding lightsabers. Yes, I cannot wait to see that in action. I mean, bro's going full General Grievous. Also, a really cool shot, we see Captain Enoch and Thrawn's army attacking New Republic soldiers. Captain Enoch especially is just such an intriguing character that we know nothing about, so I want to learn more about him. We also see a quick glimpse of Shin Hati. We also see Chopper with a gun. Yes, please. Dave Filoni did confirm that we will get a lot more Chopper in this season, and looks like he's reverting back to his war crime ways. Concludes with a close-up of Thrawn's face emerging from fire. We then had the first trailer for Star Wars Zero Company. This is a new single-player turn-based strategy game. It will be releasing in 2026 and takes place during the Clone Wars. Basically, this ragtag team, like there's a clone trooper, a Mandalorian, a Jedi, like just smugglers in general, stuff like that. There's a droid. And they did release a trailer, and it looks like the cinematics look really awesome. I'm not entirely sold on the gameplay yet, but I did do a reaction to the trailer on my gaming channel, so you can go check that out. It is being developed by Respawn and BitReactor. Respawn has a good track record with Star Wars because they obviously developed the Jedi games, and it will be released on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. And customization is a thing. You'll be able to customize the members of your team, which is really cool. And then we had a lot of information on Star Wars Visions Volume 3. So I watched a few episodes of Star Wars Visions Volume 1, and like there is some cool stuff about it, and like it's a really awesome opportunity for these animators to just expand the world of Star Wars, but personally it's just not my thing. I fully understand why people love this, but personally it's just not for me. Like, I wanted to like it, I just couldn't get into it, but it's great if you love it, and I understand why. Volume 3 will be released on October 29th. It will have 9 shorts, including sequels to The Duel, The Village Bride, and The Ninth Jedi from Volume 1. And they did release a full trailer that you're seeing now. They also revealed that they will be doing a whole other series called Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi. The Ninth Jedi is one of the shorts I actually did watch from Volume 1, and it was a pretty good one. So now they're doing a full series based on that short, and it'll be coming out in 2026. And then possibly the biggest announcement of the entire celebration, Fortnite x Star Wars Galactic Battle. A new season that will start May 2nd with Imperial Takeover, then May 8th with Pull of the Force, May 22nd, Mandalorian Rising, May 29th, Star Destroyer Bombardment, and June 7th, Death Star Sabotage. They're releasing new skins, including a Mandalorian skin, Mace Windu, Palpatine, and Darth Jar Jar. They released a full trailer that you're seeing now, and obviously I'm joking, but this is kind of hilarious, that like Darth Jar Jar is my favorite Star Wars theory of all time, and I still believe it to this day. It's basically my headcanon. But the fact that like Star Wars is just embracing it now and like putting Darth Jar Jar in actual things, like here in like Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy where he was an actual character, like that is just so funny to me. And I'm being completely honest when I say I have never played Fortnite, but I'd be lying if this didn't make me a little bit interested. But who knows, maybe one day I'll break and play it on the gaming channel. And the last thing we have is just a small little update to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at Galaxy's Edge at the Disney parks. There's going to be a Mandalorian and Grogu update, and you will be able to control your destination to either Bespin, Coruscant, or Endor. And the engineer role can actually communicate with Grogu. It's not really related to movies, TV, or games, but I love the Disney parks, so I just thought I'd mention it. So that concludes all the reveals, updates, and announcements at Star Wars Celebration 2025, at least on the movies, TV, game side of things. There were other reveals and announcements for new comics, books, and toys and stuff like that, but I'd be here all day if I ran down everything. And we do have information on the next Star Wars Celebration, which is Star Wars Celebration 2027, which will be taking place in Los Angeles, April 1st through the 4th. And it will actually coincide with the 50th anniversary of A New Hope, and release alongside Star Wars Starfighter, which is releasing around that same time. So yes, that's gonna do it for Star Wars Celebration 2025. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. You can go check out my breakdown for the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, as well as Maul Shadow Lord, as well as my reaction to Star Wars Zero Company on the gaming channel. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.